I'm going to start with two summer poems. The first one is called Plums. Plums. My father wraps plums with newspapers. I cut the pages in half. He wraps the plums. We are in the attic. It's summer. We don't talk. He rolls the fruit. His fingers twist both ends of the paper. It's raining outside. The plums look like wrapped candy. He's meticulous, not too meticulous, just enough. The plums have to be without nicks or cuts, firm, not too ripe, unblemished. The storms have been coming all afternoon. That's why my father is home. He couldn't go to the fields. He ties the plums with a thin string, like a necklace. 5 plums in each string, exactly 5. I don't know why. His hands inspect the fruit, twist the paper, tie the knots, do the math. I hide my hands under the newspapers. He is on a ladder now. He hangs the strings from a wooden beam in the ceiling. I pass the strings to him, one by one. Sometimes, unintentionally, my hand brushes his hand. He leans his body against the ladder, rests for a moment, cleans his sweat. My father is old. The strings dangle from the ceiling, plums in waiting, like dull, modest Christmas ornaments. Fruit for the winter, he says, as if you could wrap the summer with newspapers, as if you could wrap your father's hands for the future days of hunger. And the next poem is also a summer poem. It's called Red Swimsuits. We all wear red swimsuits in this summer camp on the Mediterranean. It is the rule, the uniform. That way we are more visible to the counselors taking care of us. They are not really counselors, they are still in college. We swim on the beach. It's so hot. The seagulls don't move. Don't move on top of rocks, on top of telephone poles. We go back to the locker room, we undress, we take a shower. Today, I cannot untie my swimsuit. I have been in the water until the last minute. The string is too wet, too tight. I call one of the counselors. He is tall. All adults are tall when you are 9. He tries the knot, has big hands. All adults have big hands. It is too tight, he says. He leans over and unties the string with his teeth. I feel his stubble against my belly for a second. Sandpaper, amber, mint, danger in the border of flesh and fabric. Go, hit the shower, he says. I cannot move. I lift my arms between crucifix and butterfly. I lean against the lockers, the metal doors rattle. I see small, soft seagulls coming out of my chest, turquoise seagulls, aqua seagulls that fly fast and hit the ceiling. They scream, turn, open their beaks. Other seagulls come out of their mouths, pink seagulls with red eyes. Their wings on my throat, on my eyelashes. Finally, they find the narrow window. They leave the room. I am alone, the last one there. From outside, somebody calls my name. There is soot on the roof of my mouth. And the last one is also a childhood memory. It's called Doña Manolita, la maestra, Doña Manolita, the school teacher. With an atlas, And a dictionary, you can go anywhere, she tells me. She is Dona Manolita, the school teacher, but we all know that she is not a teacher. She never finished her degree. The two of us are in the bakery where my mother works. My mother has left me in charge after school. She does that some days when she is busy. I like to be there, behind the counter, with an apron that is too long for me, the smell of sweet bread, the smoothness of wrapping paper. Wait for Dona Manolita, my mother says, and tell her that the bread has been paid for. You know what to do. Then turn the lights off, lock the door, and come home. Dona Manolita is the last customer. She comes on Tuesdays, late. She always wears the same raincoat, cream-colored, with a tight belt, missing buttons, and a muted shine on the collar, the shine of overbrushed fabric. She tries to cover it with a scarf, with the volatile choreography of her long fingers. What happened to Dona Manolita, I asked my mother once. She was always peculiar, my mother told me, but things became worse when she went to college. She had strange thoughts. She was in an institution. I also have strange thoughts. I am afraid of the word institution. Just 2 loaves of bread today, she says. Dona Manolita caresses her raincoat lapels as if caressing the last stitches of dignity. I rub 2 loaves of bread. Here you are, Dona Manolita, I say, crispy on the outside as you like it. How much is this, son? She asks. You already paid for it last week, I say. Don't you remember? She looks at me. She has unusually long eyelashes pointing downwards, lids heavy with eyeshadow. Oh, that's right, she says. I am losing my mind. Before she goes, she stops at the door. See you next week, she says. She leaves the bread up in the air like a trophy. Her raincoat opens from belt down and reveals her satin slip, frayed at the edge, stained in the center, baby blue. Thank you. Thank you very much.